guys, so today you might be wondering why I am starting in a custom match, and if you haven't already found out by the title of this video and the thumbnail, we are going to be doing some tips and tricks to make you guys better at the game. Now these are some tricks that I regularly use as a player in Bedwars. I started out since the game first came out, and players have been finding out a lot of tricks lately, and these are some of these tricks that will really help you guys. Before we get into it, you know what to do: like, subscribe, join the elite clan, and ring the notification bell to make sure you don't miss out on our latest videos. If you want more tips and tricks, like the video, comment below, and you'll see what happens. Alright guys, so the first segment of this video is going to be focused around bed breaking, then sword fighting depending if you're on PC or mobile. Then we're going to go into some normal games to show you guys and apply all the tricks that I've taught you today. So trick number 1 for bed breaking. Whenever you're going up to an enemy's bed, what I would do is I would build up straight away. 5 blocks is the main, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I would build across to the bed. The thing about 5 blocks is, as long as there's no higher blocks around there, and if the enemy doesn't have blocks, you can reach the bed from 5 blocks away. As you can see, I can touch my bed, and no one can hit you 5 blocks above. Alright guys, for tip number 2, this can vary depending on what map you're in, but you can surround yourself by blocks like this, and then you can reach the block from here. But then again, this depends on what map you're playing on. Sometimes this trick doesn't work, and the downside to it is that people can always break the blocks under you, and they can always, if they're on PC, hit you whilst they're above, and you would still knock into the void. Alright guys, for tip number 3, this is more if you're a pay to win person. If you're a Grim Reaper, what I would do is that I would always go up to the enemy's bed, first kill one person on the team, and then start breaking the bed, and the second they respawn, I would collect their soul. This is one way, but right now I'm not going to be using Grim Reaper, and I'm going to be showing everyone out there who don't have kits and don't have any Robux how they can win the game too. Alright guys, for the next tip, say someone has a giant bed defense like this. What will you do? One way to tackle this is break the first few blocks like this, and then all you have to do is, before they respawn, surround yourself with blocks so they can't see you. Zoom into first person, and then all you have to do is start breaking the bed from here. And as you go forward, continue to cover yourself with blocks and keep on going until you reach the bed, which I have done here, but I won't break it, otherwise I'll win the game and then I'll have to start everything again. After that, you can just get out of the bed defense, and what I usually do once I'm out, I would like to build up and then go around here and just kill them. Alright guys, for the next tip, say your enemy has a giant defense like stone bricks, wood, or anything like that. What I would suggest you do is, firstly, either bring a diamond pickaxe, which really makes the damage it does to the stone bricks much little, and then you can use our previous trick and cover yourself with the stone bricks that you break to make it harder for your enemy who might have a wooden pickaxe to come get you, and by the time they do, you've already broken their bed. If you don't want to spend all your iron to get a diamond pickaxe, what you can do is save up 40 and get yourself a TNT block. Then you can just place it onto the enemy's bed, which will then explode and of course make a lot of damage, which you can then break the bed with. Or if you're feeling like you have a lot of iron, get yourself a fireball, which works better in my opinion because the TNT takes time to explode, whereas the fireball just explodes immediately. Not to mention it does more damage. Next up, if you don't want to do any of that, balloon up, and once you're on top of the enemy's base, go fire up some TNT or just do some fireballs. This will immediately expose the enemy's bed, and they won't know what to do because you're just spamming TNT, and they won't be able to protect the bed in time either because all of the TNT blocks are exploding. And of course, finally, for the bed breaking segment, if they have blast proof ceramic, or let's say coral blocks or obsidian, which is blast proof and takes a long time. One of the only things you can really do is get a diamond pickaxe and start breaking the bed, and use our trick where you can cover yourself with the blocks. But other than that, there's not really much you can do other than wait 21 minutes and wait for all beds to break. But yeah, now let's move on to the combat section. Now honestly, this section varies whether if you're on PC or if you're on mobile. What I would do is, as I'm on mobile right now, I would always go into shift lock, and you see that little dot where it's aiming on the floor right now. I would always point that at the enemy, because that gives you 1 block extra reach, and that would help you combo players and help you win almost every single sword fight. Next up, you have to spam. You have to learn how to spam. You have to try to drag click, butterfly click on PC, and lots of other things. You have to just spam, and the more spam you can get into it, the more likely you're going to kill your enemy. Now, I know some people that don't like shift lock, so what I would do is always go into first person in that case, which also works the same. And in first person, sometimes you get an extra block reach, especially if you're on tab and you literally tap on the person. On computer, you get a crosshair, which works just the same. And yeah, if you point at the enemy, then you get 1 block extra reach. Alright guys, this I put into the combat section because bows still do damage, and yeah, so I'm gonna just count them as combat. So for bowing, if the person's standing still, depending on how far they are, no matter what bow you have, if you have the normal wooden bow, which is the worst one in the game, what I would do is that if say they're on the other side at blue's bed, then what I would do, I would aim quite a few blocks high up. It's basically about prediction and how well you can do it. And if I hit it, see, it landed at their base. Now say they're right there at the emerald generator, I would just aim straight up and then hit them. If someone's high up, then I would aim to them, but just a tiny bit higher. As you can see, that's going right there. Moving on to the crossbow, second best bow in the game. What I would do is that this has way better accuracy. So what I would do, if they're all the way at the enemy's base, I would aim just a tiny bit higher, which lands right there. If they're all the way over here, up, then I would just aim at them. They're at the emerald generator, again, aim at them. Finally, with the tactical, which in my opinion is the best weapon in the game, as in terms of archery, it has the best accuracy, and same thing as the crossbow, except just practically aim at them. And when they're crossing a bridge per se, what I would do is I would predict their movement. So if they're going like this, then I would always aim like a few blocks in front. So if they're gonna cross, then it's gonna hit them. Alright guys, and the final tip from me is to go into custom matches, get a friend with you, and try out these tricks to make sure you get better at the game. Keep on practicing them, and the more you do that, the better you're gonna get at the game. Now let's move on to some games. Alright guys, we're in the game, and I am gonna be the Grim Reaper, showing like the bed breaking tactic that I was talking to you earlier about. And first thing I would do is rush. Alright, so for this map, you just need 16 iron to rush. Alright guys, I'm going to be attempting doing one of the tactics that you have learned today. What I would do, build up, I want to make sure they don't see me. Okay, they just fell. Okay, build it from and then of course build the bridge from afar. So as you can see, they're coming right now. What I would do, I would wait for them, I'd fight them with my shift lock, and as you can see, they took very big knockback. So that's why I always say go into shift lock. Alright guys, as you can see, I just went onto that little area and I knocked them off. That's another trick you can use. Alright guys, here's another trick that I wanted to show you guys. Do this, and as you can see, this guy cannot get to me. And as long as he doesn't put his head in the way, I can just break the bed, just like that. And I could go here and be like, build up, and then I could just knock them off from here. Knock them off. Okay, nope, they didn't get knocked off, but that's fine. I can kill this person. Okay, never mind, maybe not. But the point is, say I didn't break the bed, I could kill them and then collect their soul and run away. Now I know they're low, so as long as this other guy doesn't blow me off and I can knock her off, hopefully, or I can kill her. Just like that. Collect the soul, heal up a little, I know that I'm higher HP, so this guy can't get me. We can get him too. Okay guys, as you can see, I used some of those tactics and we did end up winning the game. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, join the elite clan, turn on the notification bell to not miss out on our latest videos. And of course, have a great day. Also, it would be great if you give me 50 subscribers by the end of next month.